has been a part of human history since the beginning, starting with cave drawings of animals to plan out hunts, by communicating on animals where it was easiest to kill. As time went on, art had become more of a way of recording events, places, and people, so they could document what was going on, instead of relying on words and folktales. 500 years ago was the most innovative time for art and technology in history, the Renaissance. This was an amazing time of creating and inventing with some of the greatest people of all time, including Michelangelo, Galileo, Donatello, and Shakespeare, who created works like the creation of Adam, the telescope, the statue of David, and Romeo and Juliet. The most important person of all was Leonardo da Vinci, the free thinker. Born April 15, 1452, a bastard child, Leonardo da Vinci was the most innovative and influential person of the Renaissance. He was the first to do many things, like draw an embryo, which wasn't done again until the 20th century, thought that man could fly and created the first hang glider, and the parachute. Many of the influential figures of the Renaissance only focused on one idea, but Leonardo focused on so many different ideas. In his study of art, he focused on how light and shadows worked to create how the object looked. He would draw fabric filled with folds and draw it once, and then move the light source, and then draw it again, to make the same object look completely different. Using his artistic skills and interests in the human body, he took corpses and studied them. Making an enormous amount of notes and drawings, he studied everything he could about the human body. He would draw them and figure out how the parts moved to work together. By drawing muscles and tendons, he learned why the body moved the way it did, and how they changed as people got older. He focused on studying and drawing the human organs and how they functioned. He was not only interested in human anatomy, but also the anatomy of other animals like birds, monkeys, dogs, and more. He would dissect them and find out how their bodies worked and how they were different and the same to humans. He was also an engineer and inventor. After studying the anatomy of animals like birds that could fly, he wondered if it was possible for humans to do the same. Since he knew our bodies were not meant for flying, like birds, he invented a machine that could make us fly. He made smaller inventions like musical instruments, viola organista, and a steam cannon made from a copper tube and heated by a furnace, and a robot covered in armor and was made of machinery to make human-like movements. His ideas created some of the most well-known pieces of art and technology in human history. He is important to our history because he came from nothing and decided to use his mind to teach himself and make so many innovative creations.